A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. First play's a run with Nwangwu. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. They'll take that 14 yards on play number 1.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. That's complete to KJ Osborne. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 39. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Cousins throw taken in by Hockenson here. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
They'll throw again. Cousins. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 19. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here. And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line. Well, they've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance. And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon. Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step. Go ahead. On 2nd down, here's Nwangwu. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up. No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it? There's Hockenson in the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Vikings are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 7-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They'll start with the option. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Duggan now to throw. And it's caught. Tompkins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Duggan. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 9. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They work now on 2nd and 9. Here's the option. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a first down. That may be a sneak peek on this opening drive of what this young rookie can showcase, his legs.
And normally, as you start a game, you're just thinking, can he get the snap? Can he hand off? Can he just execute? Instead, he doesn't waste any time on wrapping another dimension to his game, showing off those wheels and picking up some nice yardage.
Quick throw caught by Godwin. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards that time for number 14. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team right at the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. To throw is Duggan. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. Cousins sliding out of the pocket. They'll find Osborne here. And he'll go down the middle for a gain this inside the 30. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Throwing, Cousins. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Here's Chandler on 2nd down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one. No gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes you just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Ty Chandler taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Vikings have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't. I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about double 0, like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Duggan looking to throw. Looking downfield for Godwin. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th down, so Jake Camardo is out there. This is taken at about the 14. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. On 3rd down, Cousins. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Throwing, Duggan. Running free at the 45. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Buccaneers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Now a handoff to Chandler. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. So on fourth down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here. And
it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
On second down, they'll run with White, and he'll work his way forward up to the 22. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Here's Duggan to throw. He completes it to Tompkins. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Off the option, he'll try and run with it. And holding it, maybe the wrong decision as he's stopped in the backfield. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now a give up the middle. This is White. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 9 yards that time. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they wanted to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
Duggan will look to throw this. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. Oh, he's going to be brought down there in the field of play. And the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit. back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
We saw that indeed, picking up the first.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's a quick throw out, and he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so, and there's your end result right there.
51 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Back to Nwangu again on first down. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
To throw is Cousins. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Hey, Steamer. Good route here.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
An audible here to get a new look.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down by a good 3 yards as they convert on 4th and 5. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
So the drive will indeed continue. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Meanwhile, Cousins' throw pulled in by Jefferson.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And these two hooked up on a nice gain the play before, and I always admire play callers that see a play that works and go right back to it, so they went right back to him. The reward, they're set up with 1st and goal.
And that one never got off the ground. He's going to be stopped up well behind the line of scrimmage.
Shaquille Barrett there pushing upfield to make the stop. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.
Up the middle, Nwangu.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. And I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Here's another 1st and goal, but from a little further back this time following the penalty.
They run it with Chandler.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Ty Chandler.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Vikings will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Throwing to start the drive. Dugan. And this will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Duggan.
He completes it right side of White. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Off play action. Dugan. It's incomplete. Took a shot. Couldn't connect.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away.
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
Here's Cousins.
That's down the field for Jefferson.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Carlton Davis picks it.
And the Buccaneers are right back in this football game.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter from his outside linebacker spot gets him down there for a loss of 4. Another try after the first down sack.
Duggan.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. That winds up pushing it back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. This offense so far on third down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Airing this one out for Evans. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangwu.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
Kene Nwangwu
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Vikings are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. That's out to the left and complete.
Finding space at the 40.
And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. A good pickup there of 22. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. Off the play fake. Dugan airing this one out for Evans. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Now they'll change things up.
Back to throw again.
Throw left side, hauled in by Otten.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
A quick throw caught by Evans out wide.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Duggan.
To the goal line, but it it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Off the RPO, he completes it. And he is going to lose yardage here. Calling a loss of 2 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the 4th quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock. Now 2nd and 9. They'll go right back to the Wangu. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. That's pulled in at the 32. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Duggan now to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Mekhi Blackman's got it. And the Vikings are going to take over here up near the 40. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Here's 2nd and 7. Now Chandler.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
Now Cousins.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And he's got it inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well.